Hi, my name is Void. You probably haven't heard of me, or, well, I messed that up. Anyways, hey, my name's Void. You haven't probably heard from me in like a while, but I've decided to come back to YouTube, which is why Beto is here. So basically, this video is just really scuffed because I don't have a video editor. Okay, I don't have any video editing software, so you'll just have to deal with me using just this footage because yeah. Anyways, this video is basically my speculations on how what will happen if Atlas did a crossover with Mihoyo and added Joker into Genshin. And obviously, Genshin and Persona are two different games, so I'm not trying to make this sound total 100% accurate. I'm just making this as accurate as I can possibly get to make Genshin into sort of a Persona game. Anyways, I have a sticky note here. That's how scuffed this is. So, with how there's like Persona does have type charts, but they don't really give Joker a type. But he does have an element in Arsene. I think it was Dark or Curse. But here's the problem. There currently really isn't anything that really close to Dark or Curse element in Genshin, which is why I looked at his skills in Smash because this video just isn't just an excuse to. This video isn't an excuse just to play Joker in Smash, but I decided to make him a pyro because, I mean, just look at Ahine, okay, or Aha. How does that not look like fire? But anyways, he is gonna be a pyro sword user because it's the closest thing I can get. Okay, I I would have gone with Catalyst if there was no other as a second choice, but I feel like sword matches better with him. I need to go back to my sticky notes. Yeah, Joker will be a pyro sword user, and I don't. I'll go into later details about his sword later on the end of the video, but his normal attack will just be cleave, just the normal cleave. And with Arsene, whenever Arsene comes out, and Arsene will be later on the video, his attacks will be infused with Pyro. So basically, I'm just gonna do something real quick. So basically, that's basically all I can say for right now. But his persona, I cannot find where I left off. Okay, so his elemental skill will be Curse. The name Curse, not the skill. But without Arsene, Joker will let out a 3 series of attacks, and I can't really there isn't really any characters that really have the Joker like a thing, except for D-Luke. But yeah, I'm just gonna get out Bennett because I know he has a short cooldown and he's a sword pyro. But basically, what I feel like we should do, well, what should do? Okay, that is So my opinion is that Joker should have a three like I don't know how to describe it, but a 3 sequence of attacks with his E. His first attack will be I'm going back on my notes here, will be Aha with a 3-second cooldown. And then after you use Aha, he will get Aga, which is going to be a 5-second cooldown. And then Aegon, which is a 10-second cooldown. Shut up, Bennett. Anyways, this I'm not the best with stats, so here's what I speculated. Aha will be 150% skill damage, Aga will be 155% skill damage, and Aegon will be 160%. But obviously, I don't think that it should be like these, because if you've ever played a Persona game, or Smash, you will notice that Joker does not slash a sword or anything. What I believe should happen is that he kind of has something like Albedo's, where he like kind of summons this thing, except that it's more like not on the ground geoconstruct, and he shoots out Aha, and then he shoots out after this cooldown, obviously 3-second cooldown, as I just said. Aga will summon with a 5-second cooldown, and after that will be Aegon, which is going to be a 10-second cooldown. And now I'm going to sit back down so then they don't have a voice line. His elemental skill will change whenever Arsene is present. So with Arsene present, Aha will do... Well, I'm going to just... I don't know. But, they will change the skill. Aha will still be the same, except with a more stronger damage now. Aga changes to Magia, and Aegon will change to Magion. Aha will now have 160% skill damage. Mega will be 170% skill damage, and Magion will have 200% skill damage. And now with these upgraded stats, he also has AoE, which summons... So first is... Normally, he would just shoot out a single thing. But now, whenever he uses it, it will like kind of have an AoE effect, where enemies that are like within the AoE will also be hit. And I believe that whenever they get hit, they will have a 5-second thing where they will take damage over time based off of Joker's attack. And now that we're done with his skills, his ultimate, or burst, whatever you want to call it, he will summon Arsene, because why not? Basically, whenever Arsene is summoned, he will have a 25% crit rate and 50% crit damage boost. However, there is a downside to this. He is 10% more weak to cryo now, because I did my research and found out that Arsene is weak to ice. So that's why he has a 10% weakness to cryo. But to balance this out, I think... I honestly don't know, but to balance this out, I think that crit rate and crit damage should be lowered with a higher cryo damage. The cooldown of this is going to be 20 seconds, and Arsene will be out on the field for 25 seconds. This burst will cost 80 energy because, holy shit, this burst is busted as hell. And now we move on to his passives, which, if you don't know what his passives are, it's basically in the talents. Here's his passives. His first passive will be First Star. if enemy is 100% HP, deals 25% more damage. And then adverse resolve, crit rate increases 10% when there is more than 3 enemies. And his special thing, I don't know what you want to call it. I just picked 3 of them, so yeah. Stealth Master, when Joker is sprinting, enemies will not attack unless in combat. So basically, if you're running past an enemy, they will not aggro onto you unless you like are fighting them, like they've taken some damage. And then on to constellations. C1 will just be Arsene's weakness to cryo will be decreased. C2 will be gaining 2 energy every time Arsene hits an opponent. C3 is just his elemental skill getting a 3 level bonus, just like any others. C4 will be that with Arsene, you will gain an immunity to elements and interruptions. For example, if let's say you somehow are a Barbara main, or you use Barbara, and Joker is low on HP, and you use Barbara's E to heal, normally you would be affected by the Hydro whenever she heals. But with Arsene out, Joker will not be affected with anything, like Hydro, Pyro, any of those skills will not be affected. But if Arsene wasn't out and Joker was affected by like something like Cryo, he will still be affected by everything before Arsene comes out. For example, if he was frozen and then I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying I a lot, but bear with me. Joker is I can't talk, but Joker has wet on him. So, for example, there's a Pyro enemy. If Joker uses his ult and Arsene comes out, and a Pyro enemy attacks him, he will not be vaporized because he already has, like, Arsene out, so he still has Hydro, he's still wet, but the Pyro will not transfer over to him because Arsene's out. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It is very confusing, but yeah. And also, the Hydro will disappear like normal whenever Arsene's out. And C5 is just ult. C6 is... I don't really like this C6 because I don't think this is very good for C6, but when Joker is at 20% HP or lower, he will always heal to 75 HP, and I didn't make a cooldown because I didn't think that far yet, but the cooldown can be however Mihoyo feels like is balanced. And now on to random things I want to talk about. Obviously this, I don't know if this will be possible, but have you guys ever seen Joker's all-out attack? Like Persona's all-out attack? You should definitely see it because it's, holy shit, is awesome, but whenever Arsene is, like, whenever Arsene's duration ends, which, if I were to describe Arsene, it will be kind of like Razor and his wolf person. Whenever Arsene leaves, I just lost all track of thought right now. Oh, okay. Whenever Arsene leaves the battlefield, or the field, I guess you can call it battlefield. Cool. But whenever Arsene leaves the field, you can get a 5-second. Also, this does not work if you swap out because Arsene will still be active. But Arsene will just disappear until you switch back to Joker. But whenever Arsene leaves, you have 5 seconds to press Q again, And yeah, you can't use his ult then, but his ult will be replaced by something else for 5 seconds, and you can perform an all-out attack with Joker and 3 random characters that is unlocked, or if you don't have any characters unlocked, just random 3 stars. Not 3 stars, random 3 characters. I don't know what I want to do with it, but yeah. 600% skill damage and increased damage taken by 10% for 10 seconds. Because I feel like it's all-out attack is way too busted with the 600 skill damage. His sword is kind of a little weird, because Joker doesn't really use a sword, he uses a dagger. So what I feel like should happen with Joker, is that whenever you use Joker, his sword will kind of turn and shrink into a dagger. Or you might just give him a normal dagger. Or you could give him a dagger skin. I don't know. There isn't really weapon skins in Genshin, but yeah. And then attack percent will be his main stat. Or you could do crit rate, like all the other 5 stars. Or crit damage, like the other 5 stars. So that's basically what I believe, what in my opinion, how Joker would work. Anyways, please subscribe and like the video, because this video took me way too long to actually think of the idea and work on it, and actually find the motivation to upload it. I will be making other videos based on it, but I really hope you guys enjoy this video, because I made this video just for fun. I don't really care about like revenue and shit, although I do hope that you guys can help me get to monetization, because with monetization there's going to be a lot more things I want to do. And I definitely do want to revisit this whenever I do have an editing software or a video editor. So then this could be more entertaining. And I can hopefully remaster this. Anyways, if anyone else wants a theory craft about adding anyone into the game, there's no need to credit me. I didn't come up with this idea. I didn't come up with theory crafting. So if anyone else wants to do this, go for it. I'd like to see your video about it. And if you were inspired by me, link me the video. I want to watch it. So anyways, I hope this is entertaining enough, and I'll see you guys later in another video in 10 years.